right, everybody. Welcome to the Pastimes Podcast. Each week we go through an old newspaper from a random date in history picked out by Dave Anthony. I'm Gareth Reynolds, and I've never seen it before, and neither is our guest this week.
The brilliant and great Sam Sachs. Hi, Sam. Thanks for joining us.
Hello. Good to be on for the second time. It proves the first time wasn't a fluke.
Yeah. Yes. No, the first time we probably just gushed over you for the whole intro because we are enormous fans of yours. And by the way, to previous guests, not so much. But you are the host and the writer of Means Morning News, which it truly is just if people ask us on the road all the time, what podcast do you listen to? Yeah. It's a short list, but when it comes to like getting current events news, people should just listen and subscribe to Means Morning News on YouTube, wherever you get your podcast, because it is just, no joke, the fucking best news show.
Yeah. And he covers a lot of murder. He likes to go into cases from the 70s and really.
He covers up a lot of murders too. But Sam, it is the best show. I mean,
you write really fucking good jokes for topical day of stuff. Like
that's what I was just saying. Like there are times where you will on a news show, not only getting like great current events, but you do things like This Day in Working Class History. Each Friday you come out, or once a week you come out with the Dick of the Week. But I mean, the jokes that you write in there are just—it's so good. We cannot recommend. I would say stop listening to this show and just start listening to yours. That is just counterproductive for our.
Yeah, don't listen to this show.
Well, yes, you guys are making me very uncomfortable, so please stop. But I am thankful to hear it coming from two podcast kings like yourselves.
There we go. Put it in writing. We've got it. Well, Sam, like I said, I mean, I encourage people to listen to Means Morning News, to subscribe to Means TV, all that shit. It is just like the best one. I actually I don't know if I was talking about last time you were here, and you probably have no affiliation with this, but Miss Me Yet, the documentary series on George W. Bush, is one of the greatest things I've ever seen as well. But truly, if you want to have the best current events news show in your podcast feed or on your YouTubes, go listen and subscribe to Means Morning News. And with that being said, Sam, you're here to be on a much worse show and a less topical show. We are going to go through a newspaper, and I like to guess the year of the newspaper. Now, recently, Dave has started to undercut me in a new way with my guessing, which has been very good, by giving the guest a hint, which is why now the guest is going first. We are in the middle of some gamesmanship. So if you were to guess what year this paper is from, Sam, what year would you think it is? Take a stab.
I was thinking about this before I came on today because I was hoping to nail it. Even though it's an impossible question to get right. But I'm going to go with 1953.
It's a very Sachs guess. 1953. I like it. I like it a lot. I'm going to go beneath it. And then there's something going on Dave's face right now where he's experiencing some kind of pleasure from your guess, which I don't love. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to go over you. I'm not going to Price is Right you. But I'm going to guess 1971. Shut up, Dave.
Sam is much closer. Obviously, the date is December 7th, 2001.
What the fuck?
Congratulations, Sam.
This is by far the most recent paper we've done. You were yes. But again, you won because Dave practices democratic policies and has stolen from me the rightful winner when it came to the numbers. We've never done a paper in the 2000s, correct, David?
I don't think we have, no.
Wow, Sam, this must be big. He's probably saving this for
one
of his
all
favorite
alive.
Guests. That's right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Barely, but yeah.
Barely, yeah. I read it. I read a lot about the 90s. It sounds like a wild time for you guys. But
I mean, last time I was on, we were talking about some sort of sea monster, sea creature that could only exist in the past time, the way back times of mythological times. So, 2011, we should all be very familiar with what sort of creatures we might encounter.
Well, George W. Bush is the president. 9/11 is fresh, hot off the presses.
Oh wait, what year is it? What year is it?
2001.
Oh, okay. I thought you said 2011 initially. Wow, 2001. Okay.
2001. Yeah, we're fresh off 9/11.
Sam's favorite president, W, is
still savoring
in charge. Yeah, this is right. We're safe. We're still safe. We're united, unless you're Muslim.
Now, of course, December 7th is Pearl Harbor Day.
Right.
Comparing our days of disaster. So that's how you.
I'm already in absolute hell.
That's how you do it. Is you compare the. One was an attack on a military outpost in the middle of an ocean. Did I say what paper this is?
No.
Oh, whoops. It's the Capital Times from Madison, Wisconsin.
Oh, fuck. Now you're
hometown paper, kid.
Twice. Damn it.
One was an attack on a military outpost in the middle of an ocean. The other was an attack on civilians in the major city of the nation and the nerve center of the military in the nation's capital.
Ugh.
Do you guys see how they're different? Now maybe they'll say how they're the same.
Sure.
But the raid on Pearl Harbor 60 years ago today and the September 11 attacks on the World Trade Center and Pentagon have things in common as well as big differences, especially in the minds of those who remember both. Ugh. So for people who remember 9/11, and
it's also it's just so immediately stupid, and it is also so. But if memory serves, FDR didn't know that Pearl Harbor was coming, did he?
There's.
Is that? I was making a joke.
He might have.
Possible?
Oh, okay.
Did he?
Yeah, he might have. Yeah, there's a little bit of. Yeah.
Okay, but when they told him, did he just sit there and not do any? Or wait.
Yeah, I think so. That was the idea.
I mean, is it considered a conspiracy theory? I don't know what it is, but the theory is that he knew and he wanted them to attack as a way to easily enter World War II.
It's so great how the playbook is so simple.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You're right.
At least this was an actual
Charlie
attack.
May, who was.
I will say again, FDR had a better reason to just stay seated and do nothing, just to put a finer point on a joke that I think didn't work the first time.
Among those are Charlie May, who was at Pearl Harbor on December 7th, 1941, and his wife, Frances, who was a high school student. The retired couple, soon to celebrate their 56th wedding anniversary, were at home on the morning of September 11th this year.
This year. Yeah, I don't think we need this year.
I absolutely thought of Pearl Harbor right away, Charlie said. It's my impression that this September 11th was a lot more dastardly to us than the attack on Pearl Harbor. That is not to say Pearl Harbor wasn't bad. This is what happens when you ask an old man to compare Pearl Harbor and 9/11 2 months after 9/11.
I like them both for different reasons.
It's just going to go on like that. I'm not going to continue because it's
a really weird angle for an article.
These people have no idea what horrors are going to befall the country on 9/11 in the future too. We've got Benghazi still to come in 10 years.
Yeah.
We've got
I love that one.
Ted Cruz liking porn on Twitter a few years after that.
Yep.
So
Yep.
That was an outside job.
Yeah, well, Benghazi got us. I think Benghazi was worth it because we got some movies out of it and songs.
They were all
songs. Yeah.
By the way, they also have a picture with dates of infamy, and then there's the two pictures side by side. It's one showing a boat being blown up on December 7th, and then there's a picture of the towers being hit on 9/11, and then and then there's comparisons of like what happened, and it says what happened on both days.
Who needs the 9/11 refresher?
Who planned it? And it says who planned both ones. Time of the attack, like it's all compared. They have pictures of Japanese planes that attacked, and then they have pictures of the two planes.
Boy, we really got so fucked up that I mean that like it really is so incredible the way that it's like. It's just it is incredible what that was used for.
Oh my God!
And just how well it worked for their fucking plan. It's crazy.
Yeah, it really worked really well. Another important question here, which is answered as a headline. But will others remember after they're all gone?
What?
Franklin Delano Roosevelt called it a date which will live in infamy, words that resonate even now for those who remember the bombing of Pearl Harbor 60 years ago. But with those ranks rapidly dwindling, and with the grim events of September 11th now seared into the consciousness of a new generation, many survivors of the Japanese attack are wondering, after they're gone, will December 7th, 1941 also be a date that will live in memory?
Oh, my God.
Sorry, no, it's been replaced by 9/11. We can only remember one.
That is... It is a shocking... I mean, really. So nothing... that is such a shocking article to write. And, I mean, the idea that... It just is incredible. I'm already... I am astounded. Even with the bar being as low as it is astounding that today is like, let's have some war porn.
Look, the younger generations just ruined the older massacres and disasters. They always do. They always have a better one, and theirs matters more. Oh, 9/11. You know, it's frustrating. It's frustrating.
Yeah. These fucking old guys are like, oh, remember Pearl Harbor? And we're just like, no, shut the fuck up.
Shut up, old man.
No, I don't.
Yeah. And yet, so many tragedies currently happening that have less resonance. It's really almost just like it's weird. I don't know.
Remember 9/11. Don't talk about other stuff.
Yeah.
Herbert Frank's recall of that sunny day on Oahu is as vivid as if he were a 22-year-old aviation machinist. I was very frustrated. I didn't have any guns, said Frank, now 82. The only thing I had in my hand was a breakfast roll, which I threw at the airplane.
This is absolutely fucking crazy. He could shoot down the Japanese. He's Mark Wahlberging Pearl Harbor with his breakfast sandwich. I could have shot the planes down if I'd had a gun that day.
Breakfast roll.
He threw his breakfast roll.
It's so good. It's so good.
That's like when I threw a panini at one of the flights.
You don't hear that story in school. They don't teach you that part of Pearl Harbor where the brave
they don't.
seamen were throwing their Taylor ham rolls at the kamikaze fighters.
The movie? That was in the movie Pearl Harbor, right? Ben Affleck threw a sausage roll at a plane and took it down.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he threw a sausage McMuffin.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, fuck.
It's good.
I honestly feel like I'm a victim right now.
Yeah.
I feel like this paper is a bigger tragedy than either of those.
Well, this is re-traumatizing us.
Yes. Yeah, I'm going through it all again.
UW won't help feds locate students.
What?
The U.S. Attorney's Office will have to do without the help of the UW-Madison campus police in its effort to interview students for its terrorism investigation.
I'm still not sure where we are.
You don't? I can tell you exactly what this is.
Go ahead.
There's a cell at the University of Wisconsin.
Thank you.
Okay.
There's fucking bombs in the cheese.
Oh, fuck me.
Yeah, what they want to do is interview every person who's from the Middle East. That's what they want to do.
Yep. It was a very uniting time for the whites, without question. Yes, we were all cab drivers who were not white. I remember that in Boston being a little more sensitive.
Not a good time to be a Sikh.
Yes.
No.
That led Wiley to decline the local U.S. Attorney's request for campus police to help find students for what the government calls voluntary interviews.
Oh, my God. Voluntary interviews. Who's volunteering is the question.
You pull down one of those little sheets on campus, the little flyers with the little phone number.
Looking for a cell?
Yeah.
I'd like to be interviewed.
Yeah, I'd really love to volunteer myself to be interviewed to see if I'm part of a cell.
Wiley said Thursday that the criteria...
You're talking about Wile E. Coyote, right?
Yes.
That's who. Okay.
Wiley said Thursday that the criteria to select people for interrogation appear to include people who are not suspected of any crime or suspicious activity.
How did we not go... Like, we just... I mean, I was just young going like, well, this is fine. We got to be safe. Just got to interview people who've done nothing wrong.
We would like to interview your, boy, how do I put this? It's a certain type of person that is not like us, a bit different, and no blondes. And what we're looking for is just a very, sort of specific type of...
We're going for a non-white.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I mean, that's one way to put it. Yeah.
If he's white, he's got it right. If he's not, do your thing.
I was really hoping you say.
Can we give credit to the university here, though, which is not cooperating according to this story? Yeah. Because nowadays, 100%. I'd imagine the university would cooperate, no doubt.
How about one example of that happening, Sam?
Nope.
Of modern day universities turning on their students to just because of pressure from publications like that in the government.
Good point. Fair point.
Exactly.
Yes, I'm just spouting off over here. I apologize to the listeners.
I mean, you're the newsman. You're the newsman, Sam Sachs. You say it.
If a baseball player gets it right, 3 out of 10, they're in the Hall of Fame, okay? As in they're batting 300, it's okay. All right.
Oh, we lost you for a minute, Sam. You didn't bomb. Speaking of bombs.
Fair enough.
We just lost your connection for 1 second. Yeah, no, you weren't bombing.
Okay, I'm back. Okay.
We got the
just thought I might need to explain it just in case.
No, absolutely not. And how about some feel-good articles like how good George W.'s pitch was at the baseball game?
Here's George W. Here's a Bush one right here.
Finally.
Oh, it's Laura. Sorry. National Tree dedicated to victims and GIs.
Oh, man. It would be great if a little plane flew into that tree. Just took it down.
You forget how dumb of a time this was.
The dumbest time. It's the only way for W to have continued, which, again, there's some alarm bells going off, is for something so gutting to have happened and really just condense and simplify our brains to the point where we're just like, we have a special 9/11 tree.
And the only guy who has called him out on it since then is Trump for saying you blew it on 9/11 by allowing it to happen.
Yes.
Trump was the only guy to do that. And that's at the time.
For those younger listeners, 9/11 was so bad, Rudy Giuliani was a hero.
Yeah.
Okay, Laura Bush and 2 children who lost fathers on September 11th lit the national Christmas tree in a ceremony that was by turns joyous and somber.
Oh, fuck me.
It's probably somber because they had two kids
who
lost parents. Yeah.
Yeah.
President Bush dedicated the tree to those who died in the terror attacks and to GIs who have died in the line of duty.
Now,
this
isn't
kind of
that
shit is so stupid?
Part of the war on Christmas, though? Like, aren't you taking away from Christmas?
That is a fine
Aren't you
line.
letting, like, orphan kids whose parents died on 9/11 co-opt Christmas with this? Or did we just not care about the war? Was that the one year that the war on Christmas was not factored in because 9/11 took over?
Jeez. I'm not even for the shrewdest of political minds. That is a tough one. I don't know. It appears we gave the war on Christmas a pass because of 9/11.
Someone should look into this deeper.
I agree. I completely agree. We need to have an investigation.
The Christmas tree lighting was held under extraordinary security.
By the way, just for these children who have just lost their parents, they are now in DC lighting a tree with like the National Guard armed to the fucking teeth. Yeah. Well, they're just like, "You feeling better?" And he's like, "There's a lot of guns.
There's a lot of tanks pointing at me."
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Bush remained behind thick protective glass throughout his appearance.
This is it's
oh my God. During opera star Federica von Stad's rendition of Silent Night, a jet roared overhead from nearby Reagan Airport.
Night. There are a lot of issues just for these children.
Why would you do that to the kids?
It's nuts. And Bush is behind a shield.
The lighting was initially closed to the public as part of a tightened security following the attacks, but security officials relented, allowing distribution of some 2,700 tickets to the public. Another 2,700 were distributed through the Bush administration and Congress. Wow. Just so dumb. It was the dumbest of times.
It really
was.
It really was. And he again, like it. I mean, I was just alluding to Miss Me Yet, which is a documentary on Means. He was the dumbest piece of shit. He remained the dumbest piece of shit. And this was the only thing that gave him any sort of pass. And boy, oh boy, if you want to trace every fucking problem in our lives currently back to a modern day moment and person, just fucking go back to this sack of shit.
Yeah.
I know Sam voted for him though, so I'm not trying to.
Okay.
I wasn't quite old enough to vote for him the first time, actually.
Sam at the time loved him. Oh, shit.
Second time, though. You loved him the second time.
I'm not going to second time I was all about Howard Dean until they Dean screamed him out of the race, at which point I think I voted for Nader out of protest because I was like so mad about Howard Dean still.
I'll never they did the Dean scream was one truly. I think when I was starting to go like, well, this is insane.
Yeah, this doesn't make sense.
This is a strange reason to not have a man be the president. Wolf, I just remember Wolf Blitzer being like, it was a really weird scream. Okay, that's fine. I'm sorry, what's going on? It seems like since Howard Dean screamed, a lot of people just wouldn't trust him in the Oval Office. You're, what?
Oh, yeah.
Simpler times. The establishment could just sink a candidate running on single-payer health care by just saying he screams weird.
Yeah. Yes.
Really 9/11'd him.
Attorney General John Ashcroft said
just hearing the name John Ashcroft is just greats.
What was his deal with the cat? He was scared of black cats or something?
I don't know this at all.
I think he was scared of black cats. I know he covered up, the Justice statue.
The Lady Justice,
the Justice statue, I believe, is topless, or I believe topless or has something very tight fitting. He had her covered up. The statue. Because otherwise he was going to fuck it.
Okay. Well, while we're here, Dave, the Attorney General John Ashcroft believes calico cats are a sign of the devil.
You can't have a guy from 1600s as your fucking Attorney General.
No, yes, you can, sir.
There's also, isn't there something about him singing some song about the eagle soaring?
Yes, he has this insane. He has a very serious rendition of a song about an eagle that he sang as just serious, completely serious.
Yeah. He gets up there. He gets up to octaves that you don't expect from him.
Yes.
I mean, there is no difference. Like, these people could be in the 1950s. They could be in the 1900s. These are the same fucking people. They're just these
it's
crazy...
also you see now the way that they were able to sort of fester, and then you just see it all over today. Mm-hmm. Like, the seeds of that this time are just all over today. Like, you just do not get the insanity of today without this time.
By the way, tomorrow, a block from me, the Moms of Liberty and Jack Probisic, is that his name?
Yep.
Jack Probisic? They are now sponsoring their own versions of drag queens read to kids. And so they're doing their right-wing reads to kids and doing it at a library a block away from me. So,
which is more dangerous?
I don't know, but I'll be there and I might ask some questions.
Yeah. That's great. Go there and drag.
Yes. Attorney General John Ashcroft said trying Taliban members in open U.S. court could create Osama TV.
Well, thankfully, by the way, that's what I call TikTok. And but by the way, we really figured out a way to just kind of jump that issue by creating Guantanamo.
The next sentence.
Yeah,
he defended military tribunals for terrorists and suggested that anyone who criticized them was aiding the enemy.
Yeah.
Secret trials.
It's just like Nuremberg. You remember that? They didn't show any of that because of the fear that it would replicate that time.
No, that's exactly right.
It was all pay-per-view, if memory serves.
That was one of the wilder beliefs at this time, was that simply bringing quote-unquote terrorist suspects to the United States, like setting them foot in the United States to face trial or put them in a prison, was so incredibly dangerous. Like, they were physical manifestations of a bomb themselves that would explode if they were brought into the United States. Or that there would be like 24 TV series style terrorist raids to break them out of our prisons and hold entire cities on lockdown if we brought them, if they stepped foot on soil.
Which is such a wild, it's so wild that within that like roughly 20-year swing that Trump had the Taliban to the White House, and that was the same side.
Yeah.
And we survived it.
And just 10 years before that, they had the Taliban in the White House.
Yeah, right. Like, yes. Well, yes. Well, we know that time, I think, is not okay to talk about, if I'm being totally honest with you.
CIA ban.
Yeah.
But Democrats said Congress must have a say in creating tribunals to ensure that they're fair. At a Senate hearing Thursday, they gave Ashcroft their own proposal that would guarantee terrorists public trials, an American style innocent until proven guilty rights. They also question why Ashcroft would not allow the FBI to search gun purchase records to find out if those detained since 9/11 had bought weapons recently. This is exactly what I remember about this time. Is just nothing made sense.
Well, it's also like to hear the Democrats sort of, do their thing. Like, but mister, may we try this? It's like you're standing in front of a tank, sir. Just get out of the fucking way or get run over. You've got to do more than that. Where were you on 9/11, Sam? And I ask you this in a investigative.
Yeah, where were you?
I'm a little
sounds awfully accusatory.
Well, yeah. Answer the question.
Well, to be honest, I was in high school Spanish class, and my teacher briefly turned the television on and was like, "Nah, this is important. We have a test," and turned it off and made us all take a test. And everybody was just like, "I think we should be watching what's going on."
Yeah, it's not a day to have a test.
Yeah. Tell me to turn the tragedies of 9/11 back on Espanol, Senor Jack.
That would have been amazing if she turned it on in Spanish.
That's all right. Oh, fuck. Shit.
Was DeSalvo really the Boston Strangler?
Interesting change-up.
We switched it. Now they're on to page 8. So
now we're at paper. Okay.
For nearly 4 decades, the families of the women murdered by the Boston Strangler believed they knew the identity of the killer, Albert DeSalvo, a factory worker who confessed to the murders. But new forensic evidence has the family of one of his victims convinced DeSalvo wasn't the infamous strangler.
It was Osama bin Laden.
It's it's 40 years later, right? This is in the 60s.
Sure.
Yeah. A team of forensic scientists that exhumed the body of Mary Sullivan over a year ago revealed that tests on her clothing and remains found of DNA from 2 individuals other than Sullivan, and neither was DeSalvo. That doesn't mean anything. That it could just be the other girls in the house. It could be she made out with a guy, or
it's
had
interesting.
sex with a guy before.
It's a lead.
Yeah.
We have found the evidence, and the evidence does not and cannot be associated with Albert DeSalvo, said James Starrs, a professor of forensic science and law at George Washington University, who has worked on other high-profile forensic cases, including the Lindbergh baby kidnapping, the Lizzie Borden Hatchet murders, and the outlaw Jesse James.
Wait, what? What a fucking... I'm 240 years old. I'm so old. Jesse James was... Jesse... Oh. Please let me die.
Like,
I wish someone would kill me. This is horrible.
Who just goes around stirring up shit about past murders.
Fucking vampire
Jesus
lawyer.
Jesus Christ was a suicide. Yeah.
Holy fuck. God damn.
What the fuck?
DeSalvo
straight, like, just like that's...
DeSalvo and O.J. Simpson actually shared the same lawyer in F. Lee Bailey.
Is that true?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Jesus Christ.
Who also represented Jesse James.
And a lot of people don't know this, but DeSalvo was a spokesman for Hertz. So there's a lot of things that...
Ham was in the Naked Gun. Oh, fuck.
Okay, this is, I mean, considering the time, this is amazing.
Okay.
So it's a picture of a little girl. She's sitting on Santa's lap. Santa's smiling at her. She's smiling.
Oh, God.
Abdul Hakim Shabazz, chatting Wednesday with Anna Venturini, 5, is the first black Santa Claus to appear at the White Oaks Mall in Springfield.
Oh,
An African-American Santa will be back at the mall next week.
Oh, my God. This is the craziest We are just... Now, is this what sort of sets off the Megyn Kelly Santa's Not Black stuff?
I don't know.
Because that was its own never forget tragedy.
I mean, WKRP in Cincinnati had an amazing episode where Tim Reed, is that the actor? The black guy on WKRP? It was a DJ, and he just got hammered and was dressed up as Santa and just kept singing, "It's going to be a Black Christmas." It's been going. They've been having Black Santas for a while, but I think the thing to this is that the guy's name is Abdul Hakim Shabazz. Like, that must make people lose their fucking minds.
Only imagine, how much people were like. I mean, I'm sure you can imagine.
You have like right-wing viral genealogists trying to trace wokeism back to this point, like right here in 2001. They're like, this is when wokeism took over. The woke mind virus first turned up at Land O'Lakes Mall in Springfield.
We pushed it. God Almighty! It is one of the greatest things we do in this country is decide why, like Megyn Kelly, without irony, asking how Santa could be black when we all know Santa's white is really, we should have just annihilated the country in that moment and just been like, we're not worthy of air. Oh my God. Oh my God. What the fuck? Okay, this is Jesus Christ. It says, our readers sound off, and the first name on our readers sound off is Dave Anthony. If this is you, quote, Dave Anthony loves to stir up controversy even when he knows that his statements are incorrect. Dave. Not only was he wrong last week about his flag statements about Monona Grove, but he also quoted John Matthews as saying that the reason for all the problems at Chavez Elementary was because the school board awarded the bid to a company that uses, quote, scab labor. I am so close to sure this is you. John Matthews never made nor implied any such thing, and Dave Anthony knows it, end quote. Wow. What? That could not be more you.
There's another one after that. For shame, Dave Anthony. When you make a mistake, at least you have the honesty to admit it. You owe a huge apology to the Monona Grove administrators and teachers, along with your listeners whom you misled.
This
Madison
is crazy.
Doesn't need your brand of shock radio.
Well, that's true.
Okay, I think here's what it is.
Really stirring shit up there, Dave.
This is an article by...
as usual. I don't know if you've seen him on Twitter. More of the same.
This is an article by Dave Zwevel, and the headline is Anthony's Goof, No Talk Show Aberration.
So Dave Anthony had a talk show in Madison that was quite controversial.
The incident last Friday involving WIBA's afternoon talk show host Dave Anthony and the Monona Grove School District clearly illustrates why I believe that talk radio has corrupted America's political discourse.
Yes.
For those who missed the story in the Capital Times, Anthony says he received an email that claimed the teachers at Monona Grove High School had so vociferously complained about displaying the American flag in their classrooms that the principal decided to order the flags removed.
Wow. That's what you did, asshole.
Yeah. Well, I was right, wasn't I?
No.
Like all too many talk show hosts, Anthony, without a speck of confirmation, went on the air with that news and stirred up the professional flag wavers and self-styled super patriots who listened to his show. They, of course, went on an instant tirade similar to what happened with the Madison School Board and the Pledge of Allegiance. The people at the high school who ought to be teaching kids were forced to field 50 vitriolic calls within minutes.
It's honestly like, well, there's twofold. It's part of you is like, boy, it's enviable to live in a time where like insane right-wing talk babble was a problem, and like the repercussions of that made the news. But then also we had an opportunity to somehow stomp all this out. It wasn't this time, but like the Rush Limbaughing of all this just really poisoned so much, so fast, so easily. The bar is so low.
Well, we got rid of what was the club? The fair. What was that media? There was a thing that was like a
monitor.
It was a law. I believe it was a congressional law, but it basically was like
fairness doctrine,
fair and fairness doctrine. That's what it is.
We
got rid of it. Clinton got rid of it.
Sorry, hold on, Sam, Dave. Bill Clinton was a Democrat. I need you to kind of rethink what you're saying a little bit, if that's possible.
Yeah, you're probably confused there, Dave.
Yeah, Dave. Dave, allow me to remind you of some things that have been said about you. Dave Anthony loves to stir up controversy, even when he knows that his statements are incorrect. So
you were run out of Wisconsin, sir.
Yeah, you're my opposite.
Well, maybe Wisconsin just couldn't handle me, right? Because I was a little too hot for that little podunk town.
Okay. Yeah, you want to keep going? Keep going, asshole. I'll drive to your house right now.
But like what happens on talk radio all too often, the story was a complete fabrication. The principal had not received any complaints about flags in classrooms. Rather, some teachers who didn't have flags actually asked to be furnished one, and the district is expecting an order to come in any day now.
Wow. So
they just fucking. But this is exactly what it is today. It never stops. It's just they make something up and then scream about it.
Well, I mean, I don't. Okay, writing into your newspaper to complain about what the guy on radio is saying seems so quaint nowadays. But I do it every day when I log on to Twitter and complain about some idiot Twitch streamer, right? That's what I'm doing the same shit.
Yeah. No, it is true. It's also, it's like it's all, and again, it is like the nightmarish paradox where if you weren't to complain, it would keep them less known. And that is almost better, but how can you let it stop?
Yeah.
No.
Like you can't, you have to do it. And at this point it's just over. So there's really I have that all the time where I'll be like, it'll be like some dumb asshole saying something and I'll like put a tweet above it, and then people will be like, hey man, you do realize you're elevating this person's profile. And you're like, hey man, you do realize that everything's a total shit fuck and nothing matters, right?
You realize we're all here on the Nazi website just posting, like none of this matters.
You realize I signed in and so did you. You understand that, right?
Yeah. Claus a louse, 8 funny but disturbing.
Is this a recipe?
This is by Deborah Nathans. I'm starting to notice a common theme among Stage Q's productions. And it's not gay themes, although...
Wow. Okay.
Whoa.
And we're off. Okie dokie. Hachi machi. And away we go.
Although the productions have gay characters,
What's happening?
It is that all 3 of their productions have been disturbing.
Oh, here we go. It's not that it's gay, it's that it's disturbing. Because it's gay.
I thought the 8 reindeer monologues would be cute and funny. Christmas stories told from the point of view of the reindeer.
What is about to happen?
I mean, I don't know. It's going to be amazing. Whatever it is, it's going to be amazing. Coming off the flag thing.
I can only imagine. That this head donor sucking and fucking blitzing.
The monologues are conceptually funny and cleverly done, but with a definite kick of emotional reality. The 8 are Santa's elite troop of flying reindeer.
This is the craziest article in the paper, and it started with a 9/11 Pearl Harbor article.
A sort of dysfunctional reindeer special forces.
Oh, my God.
The monologues weave together to tell a funny but ultimately disturbing story of a sex crime perpetrated by Santa Claus against Vixen, one of the reindeer.
Oh, my God.
Santa Claus?
I've never wanted to see a production of something more.
Santa Claus, according to the play, is a bestial rapist.
Oh, my fucking God. What in the name of everything that is holy? What are you talking about? I cannot... I honestly think that this Santa should be in Guantanamo. There is a display of Santa raping Vixen? What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Oh, God. Fuck.
You like these fucking reindeer games, you little bitch? You like these reindeer games?
Dasher has the play's first monologue, playing an alcoholic with ego issues.
This is awesome. This is so awesome. I tell you what, when Rudolph first came in, I didn't think much of it till I realized we'd all be in his shadow because of that goddamn red nose.
John Krem does a good job of setting the irreverent tone of the play. Jeffrey Bunbauer is next as Cupid, the only openly gay reindeer.
Amazing stuff is happening.
He elaborates on Santa's holly jolly sex crimes, complete with a description of his jolly old elf, which he says is tattooed in red and white.
Oh, my God.
Santa's dick is tattooed red and white.
I can't even explain to you that I know we live in a country full of insanity, but I will say the fact that this happened in Wisconsin, I can only tell you some people are like, oh, well, that doesn't look too bad. Should we go to the Playhouse tonight and watch this nice little... It looks like the reindeer are doing certain sort of monologues or something like that. Should we go head down? Well, that would be nice because it is the holiday season. It could be a nice festive night.
Beth
Jesus
Shippert.
Christ, what the actual fuck is going on right now? Get
What
this
are they
off
doing
the
to Vixen
goddamn
there?
stage.
Hey, put Vixen down!
What are the other reindeers' backstories here? Do all the reindeers have backstories that have led them to their current situation?
I think all the reindeers do a monologue. So,
What is the name of this production, Dave?
it is called The 8 Reindeer Monologues.
Wow.
Beth
Donner
Shippert does a
lost
good
his
job.
life savings betting the over on the Bills and now has to suck out in the casino.
Beth Shippert does a good job following that tough act. She plays Hollywood, a.k.a. Prancer, and spends most of her turn complaining about, quote, that claymation piece of crap and planning her next film with Schwarzenegger and Cuba mafia cyborgs. Hollywood's monologue does little to forward the disturbing plot, but it is clever and enjoyable.
Wow, that's a little inside baseball, to be honest with you.
That one, it's like they tried to. It's a palate cleanser monologue for the other stuff, right?
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
So Shauna Hill plays Blitzen, a feminist reindeer who is all about educating the audience to the reality of that, quote, a jolly fat pervert is coming to town.
Man, that's just, I love that it's just going to ruin Santa.
I want them to do this at like an elementary school. Put it
without
on for
question.
Well, once again,
question.
as we've established, this was the only year where you could wage absolute war on Christmas here.
Yes,
right.
This was the last time. Okay, so just to give you I found a breakdown of the roles. Dasher, first reindeer and leader of the pack each Christmas run. He refuses to speak on the scandal. Alpha male bro type. Cupid, the only openly gay reindeer and extremely proud of it. He's practically a caricature, but he knows it and has seen some shit. Hollywood, also known as Prancer. Wow, his personality has changed some since the release of his movie and the launch of his acting career. He wonders how Vixen's accusation will affect his notoriety. Blitzen, Vixen's chief supporter during the scandal and the leader of the walkout against Santa, strong female and protagonist. Comet, this role's already been cast. A reformed convict saved from a life of drugs and crime by the Claus family. He's Santa's biggest advocate. Dancer, former ballet professional who joined the 8 not long after his studio was burned down in protest of the dancers. She really needs this job. Donner, Rudolph's father, an unemployed herd deer. He was placed on the 8 by Santa to help him quiet after the infamous, quote, foggy Christmas incident. Racked with guilt and doesn't expect anyone to understand why. Vixen, attempting to press charges against Santa for sexual assault. Her sordid past does not lend credibility to her accusations, but just because she posed for Playboy and has a healthy sex life doesn't mean she, quote, deserved it. She is a blunt characterization of how many victims are treated by the justice system and media. She doesn't want this attention. Wow. Wow.
Oh God, what's happening in Wisconsin?
I don't know. I wish it was still going on though.
Is there like a recording of it? Can we watch this somehow?
Oh,
I think you
that'd
can.
Be amazing. That'd be amazing.
I think you can on YouTube. I think
because there are a lot of themes that seem that were prescient at the time. I mean, this is Me Too Santa Claus.
Oh yeah, I found a link to it right here, so you can watch the 8 reindeer monologues by Jeff Good. Mm-hmm. You can watch 11 minutes of highlights if you choose to as well. Mm. Holy shit!
I'll probably be watching that later.
Yeah,
yeah.
We all will.
Let Mose explain self. University of Wisconsin Regent Fred Mose has come under fire for comments he recently made regarding affirmative action.
Wow.
And appropriately so. In a recent Wisconsin State Journal column, Mose suggested that African American students are, quote, culturally disinclined to dedicate themselves to school. Jesus Christ,
dude. 2001.
Right?
Shocking. Even with 9/11 cooking, this is a shocking.
Just
shocking.
Incredible. It's still going on. They just never stop.
No.
If students come away believing Mose is truly racially insensitive and ignorant, they have every right to go ahead with a campaign for the regent's removal.
If affirmative, let me, you know what affirmative action? It got us a black Santa.
Thank you.
So, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, fuck.
By the way, the only time the right was maybe like open to a black Santa is to play the lead in the 8 reindeer monologues.
Okay, this is the most Wisconsin thing I've ever seen.
Oh, boy.
Pizza Hut's buffet satisfies. All you can eat for $4.99 ends with dessert pizza. I figure I don't eat enough cheese. Then the terrorists...
Dave, hold on. Stop.
I figure if I don't eat enough cheese. Sorry.
This is... When you say something's the most Wisconsin, I didn't think it was possible for you to hit the nail on the head more than this. This is in the paper where we're talking about sleeper cells at Madison University, the Black Santa, and Pearl Harbor 9/11.
And now we're about to have a review of a Pizza Hut buffet.
Let me tell you, if you want to get satisfied and never forget economy, you gotta go to Pizza Hut. They even got the pizza for after you eat the pizza.
Does this guy say he doesn't think he eats enough cheese?
No, I misspoke.
Okay.
I figure if I don't eat enough cheese, then the terrorists win.
Shut your fucking mouth now.
That's the right mentality in Wisconsin. You have to have this victim mentality that if you're not eating enough cheese,
someone somewhere thought this. Tell you what, we all got to do our part, which is why I'm at the open hand pantry buying as many cheddar sticks as humanly possible.
And the farmers and cardiologists lose. What a grand homeland this is. Where on earth could one both hunger and pride in nationhood in one fell swoop at a lunch buffet? I choose the $4.99 all you can eat at the Easttown Springs Pizza Hut, 2649 East Springs Drive, one of more than 12,000 restaurants the company has from Santiago to Dhabi.
Abu Dhabi?
Abu Dhabi. Where's Abu Dhabi?
I don't go to the one in Abu Dhabi, though. That one's too far.
Which country's Abu Dhabi in?
It's a Sam question more than a Gareth question.
Is it Qatar? Is it Qatar?
Is it Qatar? Yeah, probably.
I'll tell you what. I'll cut that pizza in half and have as much goddamn cheese as I like. Come on, the terrorists will get you.
For ages 6 to 10, it's $2.99, and for ages 3 to 5, just 99 cents.
By the way, not to take this article, and if we're calling, and I'm air quoting article too seriously, but those Pizza Hut all-you-can-eat prices in this day and age are no fucking joke. I mean, that is some real...
That's amazing.
That is an amazing deal.
Yeah.
Well, but that's what Obama took from us.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. Did. Couldn't agree with you more.
But it was a different time because the minimum wage was only $7.35 back then.
Yeah, that's true. Then we upped it to $7.35.
My early arrival put me first in line.
Hilarious.
For the salad bar.
Hilarious.
A good graze it was, with a huge mound of iceberg lettuce, grated carrot, and purple cabbage surrounded by more toppings than you could shake a breadstick at. Black olives, mushroom, hard-boiled egg, sunflower nuts, bacon, bits, tomatoes, peas, carrots, more carrots, cucumbers, pepperoni, cantaloupe, and 7 salad dressings. There's also a potato salad. Tasty, but mushy.
It's the dumbest part of this paper, and that's crazy.
It's the most Wisconsin part of the paper.
Well, it's the idea
went to Pizza Hut, was disappointed by their potato salad.
Yeah. It is actually amazing because it is almost like pizza propaganda, but then he really doesn't pull punches on the potato salad being kind of a letdown. But also explaining what a salad buffet salad it's like, yeah, we know what it is. I know what it is. Yes.
Yeah.
It's iceberg, it's the little red cabbage, it's the shaved carrots. Yep, got it.
Yeah.
This guy's like, you're not going to believe it. This isn't just lettuce. No. This is a melting pot of different pieces. 2 different kinds of carrots. Oh, my.
Pasta is hard to produce for a mass audience, and that was the case here with 2 rotini dishes. The red sauce was better than the creamy, cheesy one, but the corkscrews were cooked too long.
Well, it's not an ad, which is it honestly would probably go down easier for me if this didn't have dissension because I would rather it be an ad, but it is genuinely a man reviewing Pizza Hut like it just came out.
Pizza Hut says all the cheeses it uses, mostly mozzarella, requires a herd of 250,000 dairy cows producing at full capacity 365 days a year. After salad casserole, the restaurant's namesake, is almost an afterthought, but I sampled a couple of slices. A thin crust top with sausage, black olive, green pepper, red onion, tomato, and mushroom was the best. Dessert pizza? ? Of course. I skipped the cherry, but tried the apple with nuts and icing. It was a little too chewy, but a nice end to the blend of the meal's healthful and not so wholesome aspects.
Like the pizza itself is an afterthought in the review. It's mostly about the salad bar.
Yes,
He's like, I almost filled myself up, but I guess I saved enough room for 1 slice of pizza.
I filled up on all did I mention 7 salad dressings? Like that is the minimum amount at a salad bar. And he's like, oh my God. Oh, wow. And then he fills up on
as much
shitty
iceberg
pasta.
Lettuce.
Yeah. He went to Pizza. He's the only guy who got ripped off by this deal. Because all he ate was carrots.
Of course, I thought about the latter while listening to Let's Twist Again by Chubby Checker.
This isn't real.
Thought, but not worried, because then the terrorists will have won.
I can't.
I was waiting. I was waiting for a 9/11 reference.
I can't handle it. This is just.
It's
and to think there's some places where people are trying to take away freedoms to eat like this.
Okay, we don't have really any time left. We'll do one more story, but there's such a choice here to make.
Would you want to throw out options?
Well, there's one about students having a trucker pen pal. There's a Wiccan prison chaplain. Oof. So people are upset about it. There is the jobless rate. The jobless rate leaps during deer hunting season.
Oh my Lord!
And radiation treatment sets mail on fire. Go ahead, pick one.
Sam, you got to pick. It's unreal.
Oh,
I'll eliminate one. I'll eliminate the deer hunting season thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. I'll nix the radiation.
Okay. Of those, I think I'm going to do the Wiccan the Wiccan.
Can't
Wiccan prison chaplain says she respects all faiths.
Okay.
Not faces. Faces.
Sure.
Faiths. The first Wiccan minister to serve as a prison chaplain in Wisconsin says her job is to work with prisoners and volunteer pastors of all faiths, not to try to convert people to her faith. The minute I walk through these walls, I'm an interfaith minister.
She's
not
walking through walls. She's a
witch. Not a Wiccan, said the Reverend Jamie. Her name is spelled Jamyi. That is fucking bullshit. Jamyi Witch. Wait, her last name is Witch. The Reverend Jamyi Witch.
So what's happening?
And that's not the Wiccan?
In Louisiana.
It's the
that is
if
the
the
Wiccan.
Wiccan's last name is
she's the Wiccan.
Okay.
Her last name is Witch.
Unfortunately.
She was born in Louisiana as Jamie Welsh, but changed her name years ago to Witch.
Okay. So she chose it.
She's all in
to know she's Wiccan.
Yes, she does. She wants. Yeah, this is what she wants. This whole controversy.
Yes.
I minister to everyone's needs. I have no interest in converting anyone. That would be wrong.
Can you imagine trying to convert someone to being a Wiccan?
Oh, in a
jail
prison, yeah, it'd be amazing.
In jail,
yeah.
Just be like, listen, you're gonna have to pick your side when you come into a place like this. We got the Latin Kings, we got the white supremacists. And be careful who you pick. Might I recommend joining up with the Wiccans? Also a group to not be messed with.
The news that she started work this week at the maximum security Waupun Correctional Institute caused Waupun. It just says Waupun.
Oh, maybe it's Waupun.
Caused some legislators to question her hiring, and also brought a flurry of telephone calls to the prison and the State Department of Corrections, both pro and con. Rep. Mike Hobich, a Republican from West Salem. Hobich
no,
said
I don't know. I'm just pitching it.
Said he would introduce a bill to eliminate funding for the position held by Witch, even though he has
he's just calling her Witch?
Yeah, even though he has pushed in the past for increasing the number of prison chaplains. I've received letters from people who turn their life around with the help and guidance of prison chaplains from recognized and accepted religions. Hobich said in a statement, there isn't one study that I'm aware of that shows witches have reformed any prisoners. This is...
Wow.
This is beautiful. It's beautiful.
It's quite a run. I'm genuinely impressed with Madison.
Yeah. I'm actually impressed that they put on that play.
The play, the Pizza Hut. It's like, man, you got fucking. Who knew?
The Wiccan indoctrination program in prison.
Fuck me. Well, you know what they say in prison. Yeah, go ahead.
Your leisure time, you're just out there like bundling sticks and stuff.
Yeah, just making little bindles. Just making shivs out of wands. Oh, fuck. What a time. Well, that I have to say, if there is an argument for more recent papers, this is it, because that is absolutely fucking crazy.
Yeah, that's really crazy.
Sam, thank you so much for joining us. We know you're a busy man, because again, you are not only the host of the greatest news show going today, Means Morning News, but you are also the writer And like I said to you at the beginning, and like I said to you last time, probably the only complaint is that it's not long enough. That show starts, and then you're like, God damn it, it's over.
It's over pretty quick.
But it is the fucking best. So we encourage people to go subscribe to YouTube, to subscribe to the podcast, and yeah, we would love to have you back anytime because you are a hero.
Well, thank you very much, fellas. Thanks for having me on. This is this is by far the most fun podcast I go on. So happy to come on anytime.
You remind me of Santa Claus.
Okay. Yeah, you're very much. Yeah, how do you feel about that?
Wait a second here. Wait a second here.
All right, we gotta go, Sam. I know. Sorry, Sam. We don't have time for any protest here. Otherwise, the terrorists win.
Some of these days you'll miss me, honey.